Where do we live? We live in Earth, our planet. And to identify the different places on the Earth's surface, we need maps and globes. Maps and globes also help greatly in the field of navigation. Hello everyone, this is your Sir Arindam and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Revision Learning. Today I am gonna start your new exercise from the Social Studies book, which is a part of your EVS. The name of your Social Studies book is Enjoy and Learn Social Studies Term 1, and the chapter which is I am going to start today is your chapter number 1, Maps and Globe. So before knowing about the maps and globe, let me take you for a trip around the Earth. The Earth is the only planet in our solar system that supports life. Now what is solar system? The solar system is the gravitationally bound system of the sun and the objects that rotates around it. The sun is orbited by planets, asteroids, comets, etc. And the Earth is also another planet which is rotating around the sun in its orbit. Earth has air and water, so it has life. Earth also have different land masses and water bodies. The land masses are called continents and the water bodies are called oceans. There are also many small water bodies like the rivers, lakes, gulfs, bays and the seas. Do you know what is the shape of the Earth? The Earth is actually spherical in shape like a sphere. Long ago, it was believed that the Earth was flat. However, explorers like Ferdinand Magellan and astronomers like Copernicus proved that the Earth was not flat. Later, several pictures from space and satellites also proved that the Earth's spherical shape. Now let's come to globe. A globe is an exact model of the Earth showing the correct shape and location of continents, oceans and seas on a smaller scale. It also helps us to understand the Earth's movements on its axis and around the sun. It represents the Earth in a simple and accurate way. Students, do you know that the word globe came from the Latin word globus, meaning round mass or sphere? A Greek philosopher, Crates, was credited with the making of the first globe around 150 BCE. The globe shows the location of different continents. Now let's come to continents. You know that the continents are the different land masses of the Earth, and there are in total of 7 continents. They are number 1 Asia, 2 Africa, 3 North America, 4 South America, 5 Europe, 6 Antarctica and 7 Australia. Large water bodies are there surrounding these continents, and among the 7 continents, Asia is the largest and Australia is. Millions of years ago, all the continents formed a single supercontinent called Pangaea, which later on split up into species and drifted away from one another. The space between these land pieces filled up with water, and the large water bodies that separate the continents are called oceans. There are 5 major oceans in the world: the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Antarctic Ocean and the Arctic Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is the largest and deepest ocean. The Antarctic Ocean is the smallest ocean, and the Atlantic Ocean is the second largest ocean. Students, do you know that the world's deepest Trench lies in the Pacific Ocean, which is known as your Mariana Trench. If you place Mount Everest, you know the Mount Everest? So if you place the Mount Everest at the bottom of the Mariana Trench, the peak would still be 2133 meters below sea level. I will make a separate video on the Mariana Trench soon. Follow the channel for that video. Okay, now let's come back to our textbook. What is a map? A map is a representation of the Earth's surface on a flat surface. The word map is derived from the Latin word mappo, which means a napkin. A book of map is called an atlas. Gerardus Mercator was the first to publish a collection of maps in a book form known as atlas. By drawing a map, we can show the continents, countries, cities, neighborhoods, and even the marketplaces. Both the maps and the globe is very useful to us, but both of them have some disadvantages. Let's see. A globe can show only one side of the earth at one time. Okay? Then again, a globe cannot be carried easily from one place to another. A globe cannot show a small area in details as such town or city because of space limitation. Like globes, maps also have many disadvantages. Like all maps have distortions because it is impossible to represent a three-dimensional objects like the earth actually on a flat surface. Earth's surface is spherical and it cannot be shown accurately on a paper with flat surface. So maps are never perfect and omits many important informations as compared to globe, but maps can represent the smallest things that the globe cannot. Hence, maps cannot be as accurate as the globe, but maps show more details, especially when a small area is being mapped. Now let's come to the types of map. There are different types of map. Each gives different kinds of information. Number 1, political maps, and number 2, physical maps. Political maps define political boundaries of countries, states, cities, and other political divisions. And physical map, these maps show physical features like mountains, valleys, plains, plateaus, rivers, and other water bodies. Besides this, there are different maps that show different crops grown, minerals found in various places, rainfall in different areas, industries, population, transportation, soil, natural resources, forests, and wildlife, and etc. Many more. To understand a map, we should understand its language, because language of a map is very important. In order to provide the information in a map, we must know its language. Under language, firstly, it comes directions. There are 4 main directions: north, south, east, and west, and there are 4 sub-directions: northeast, southeast, northwest, and southwest. We live in the northeastern part. Now, the directions on the map are shown by an arrow, which is marked capital N, which indicates the north direction. After direction, the second is scale. All maps are drawn to scale, as because all maps drawn are not as large as the area they show. The ratio between the distance on the ground and the distance on the map is known as the scale of the map. Linear scale are also used to measure the distance on a map. This scale is shown as a straight line divided into units of length. You have to understand that to measure the distance between the two places, we can follow these methods. Okay, now let's see what are the methods. Number 1, take the Indian political map. Number 2, take a thread or a strip of paper. Number 3, measure the distance between the two places. Say for example, the two places are Kolkata and Assam. So you have to measure the distance between the two places, Kolkata to Assam, using that thread or the strip of paper. Okay. 4, the length of a thread between Kolkata and Assam is the distance between the two states. And lastly, place the thread on the linear scale and calculate the actual distance. So you understood what is the use of linear scale? Linear scales are used to calculate the distance between the two places. Now the third is colors. Colors are very important in a map, as colors shows a particular thing on a map. The color scheme is used for maps all over the world. The colors like light blue means shallow waters, dark blue means deep water, green means lowlands or plains, brown means lands higher than plains, dark brown means highlands, yellow means deserts, etc. and etc. Like this, the colors are used in a map. Now, after colors, the fourth is symbols. Symbols are used in a map to indicate places or objects on a maps are a reduced representation of the world, and so symbols are used to make sure that a person easily reads a map while correlating them with the real world. The examples of various signs and symbols are given here in your textbook. You can see. Okay? Thus, we can say that maps are very useful to depict area in details and also to depict various physical and human-made features that helps us to know more about different places. So students, I hope that you have understood the chapter. If you still have any doubts or queries, you can do two things. First, you again and again go through the chapter, go through my explanation carefully, or else you can do one thing. You can clear your doubts by commenting in the comment section below, and I will reply to your doubts and I will make it clear it out. Okay? So that's it for today, students. Keep studying because your education is our care. Thank you and see you soon.